Good morning, beautiful goddesses, and welcome to another Miracle Wednesday, right? And
That's
the
right.
question we have for you today is, what is the root of what is holding you back from you promoting you and the value that you bring to the world? I'm so excited to have this conversation with my soul sister bestie, Connie Rose. As usual, we're going to have an amazing, deep dive into the book club, and then a juicy conversation. Yes, Miss Connie?
Always, always. There's no accidents. You just got back from your trip where you got to be on stage with your company as one of the top earners and get the big bonus checks. Um, and people could see that different ways, right? And we talked about that last week.
They are.
Who is in your circle? Who are you surrounding yourself with? And it's so perfect. So the next wealth file. So we're looking at T. Harv Eker's book, Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. And it's for those of you who do have the book, I'm on page 101. And it's the wealth file number 8. Rich people are willing to promote themselves and their value. Keyword.
That is the key word.
Yeah. Poor people think negatively about selling and promotion. So he goes on to talk about, he hosts these seminars, right? And he has a promotion with the seminar. And he says, most people are thrilled. They appreciate getting to hear what other courses are about to receive special pricing. Some people, however, are not so thrilled. They resent any promotion regardless of how it benefits them. Like, wow, here it is for their benefit, right? And they're still resentful. If this sounds any way like you, it's an important characteristic to notice about yourself. So like, just think, like when you hear different people promoting their product service themselves, like, does that leave you like interested?
Yeah. Do I want to learn more?
Do I want to learn more? And does it free you up to also do that for
For
yourself?
yourself, yes.
Right? Or yeah, is that anybody shitty committee thinking like, well,
What is she doing? What is she trying to tell me?
blah, 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 all the crap, right?
Yes.
So resenting promotion is one of the greatest obstacles to success. People who have issues with selling and promotion are usually broke. It's obvious. How can you create a large income in your own business or as a representative of one if you aren't willing to let people know that you, your product, your service exists? Even as an employee, if you aren't willing to promote your virtues, someone who is willing will quickly bypass you on the corporate ladder. People have a problem with promotion or sales for several reasons. Chances are you might recognize one or more of the following. This is so telling. First, you may have had a bad experience in the past with people promoting to you inappropriately. Maybe you perceived that they were doing the hard sell on you. Maybe they were bothering you at an inopportune time. Maybe they wouldn't take no for an answer. In any case, it's important to recognize that this experience is in the past and holding on to it may not be serving you today. Second, you may have a disempowering experience when you tried to sell something to someone and that person totally rejected you. In this instance, your distaste for promotion is merely a projection of your own fear of failure and rejection. Again, realize the past does not necessarily equal the future. Third, your issue might come from past parental programming. We know birth to 7,
Modeling years.
it all goes straight into your unconscious mind. Many of us were told that it's impolite to toot your own horn. Well, that's great if you make a living as Miss Manners. But in the real world, when it comes to business and money, if you don't toot your horn, I guarantee nobody will. Rich people are willing to extol their virtues and value, keyword, to anyone who will listen and hopefully do business with them as well. Finally, and I know some people like this, finally, some people feel that promotion is beneath them. I call this the high and mighty syndrome, otherwise known as aren't I so special attitude. The feeling in this case is if people want what you have, they should somehow find you and come to you. People who have this belief are either broke or soon will be, that's for sure. They can hope that everyone's going to scour the land searching for them. The truth is that the marketplace is crowded with products and services, and even though theirs may be the best, no one will ever know because they're too snooty to tell anyone. So you're probably familiar with the saying, build a better mousetrap and the world will beat a path to your door. Well, that's only true if you add these 5 words, if they know about it. Rich people are almost always excellent promoters. They can and are willing to promote their products, their services, their ideas with passion and enthusiasm. What's more, they're skilled at packaging their value in a way that's extremely attractive. If you think that there's something wrong with that, then let's ban makeup on women. And while we're at it, we might as well get rid of suits for men. It's all nothing more than packaging. I'm going to skip ahead because it talks about leaders, naturally rise to the top and they promote themselves. And here's the deal. Leaders earn a heck of a lot more money than followers. So the critical point here isn't whether you like to promote or not. It's why you're promoting. It boils down to your beliefs. Do you really believe in your value? Do you really believe in the product or service that you're offering? Do you really believe that what you have will be of benefit to whomever you're promoting it to? If you believe in your value, how could it possibly be appropriate to hide it from people who need it? Suppose you had a cure for arthritis and you met someone who is suffering in pain with the disease. Would you hide it from him or her? Would you wait for that person to read your mind or guess that you have a product that could help? What would you think of someone who didn't offer suffering people their opportunity because they were too shy, too afraid, or too cool to promote? More often than not, people who have a problem with promotion don't fully believe in their product or don't fully believe in themselves.
Ding, ding, ding.
Consequently, it's difficult for them to imagine that other people who will believe so strongly in their value and they want to share it with everyone who comes in their way in any way they can. If you believe that what you have to offer can truly assist people, it's your duty to let as many people know as possible about it. In this way, you not only help people, you get rich. So here's the declaration. So we put our hand on our heart because we want to get heart-centered. So I don't know if I shared this with you, Shannon. Last week I learned, did you know that the heart sends more messages to the brain than the brain sends to your heart? I think that's so cool. And your heart is actually formed fully while you're, cooking in your mama before the brain is.
Beautiful.
It's so important. So take a deep breath and say, I promote my value to others with passion and enthusiasm. I promote my value to others with passion and enthusiasm. And then pet your head. I have a millionaire mind. I have a millionaire mind, right? So before we got on, we were talking about how, we always prepare for this conversation.
I actually have a story about what you just read.
Well, then that's what I was gonna say. So I want to hear what you have to say about it.
Yeah. So, wow, is this so perfect, right?
Yeah. No accident.
I love it when we're actually on the field in life and, the lessons, everything that we're up to is exactly what we're going through, right? Because that's what happens when you actually play on the field. So I've been sending out these birthday messages, right, through the software that you shared with me. Yep. And my gift, when somebody has a birthday, I have a message that goes out and says, hey, I would love to, your birthday's coming up, happy birthday, and I would love to extend a gift to you. And my gift is a book, an ebook that I have put together, not only that will help you like master your mind, create clarity, create your vision, actually pick away at some of those mindset beliefs that has been holding you back. It's packed with some of my tools. I mean, it really is, Connie, everything that has set me free in 17 years, right? So I'm sending these messages out and I get the good old fashioned thumbs up. 3 of them. And so, what I responded back is hey, I'm sorry, I don't really know what thumbs up means. Does it mean that, you really do want me to send it over? Or, is it a no and you just are afraid to tell me no because you just want me to send it over and you're not going to open it up and you want to stay exactly where you are? Or are you like really ready to receive this amazing gift? Which, by the way, I've transformed thousands of people's lives. Is that something that you would benefit from? It's crazy to me. Like people really, I am like, and I think that all goes back to your, like you said, mindset, beliefs. Like where are you stuck? And do you have the block, like physical and emotional, spiritual, energetic blocks up that number one, you're unwilling to learn, you're unwilling to receive, you're unwilling to like relinquish these blocks. Maybe you don't even know you have blocks. That's really where I think some of it is.
Yeah, this might be new for you. Like you don't even know you have the glasses on that say, I'm not valuable, I'm not worthy. So then why would you promote anything with you attached to it? Because if you don't believe the value in yourself, your glasses, like you need to change glasses.
Well, and even the I'm worthy and valuable to receive it. Like to receive the gift, to receive the ebook, or the imprintation scanning session that you offer.
Yeah.
I think it's interesting. And again, it's something that I'm tuning into, right? How often have I had someone like, hey, I want to, let's meet for a cup of coffee. And they're like, hey, I'll buy. How quickly are you to be like, oh, no, I got it, right? Instead of going, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Consider just little tiny things like that are frequencies of receivership, frequencies of abundance that you're attracting. And when we say no to it, what else are you actually energetically saying no to in your life, in your world, in your business? And again, I don't think it's conscious. I think it's totally unconscious. And that's where the conversation becomes so valuable. It's like to become aware, oh, where am I not saying yes to these gifts? Where am I not saying yes to a cup of coffee? Where am I not saying yes to someone wanting to take me out to lunch? Where am I not saying yes to, meeting with Shannon or meeting with Connie and having like all these things? It isn't that interesting.
Yeah. Well, and so we talked about like, as
one more thing.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
You know what the thumbs up means for me.
Oh, I know you don't like that's like a whole flock of
it's like the total F you and consider. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Something to consider.
Well, and so I'm curious.
Where are you giving the flying finger to freedom and joy and abundance and leadership and mentoring in your life? That's really at the heart of that.
Yeah. And I'm curious, like, what kind of responses after you send the message about, like, what does this mean?
Well, I just sent it this morning, so I don't have. To be continued. How's that?
Yeah, I want to hear how that goes.
Because so of course I had some that were like, yes, please, thank you so much, I appreciate it. And I'm like, ding, 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 you are the perfect person that I want to attract in my life. And we can help both, right? The question is just, when is that person willing and able to open the door to what's available and possible for them? This just might not be their time. I remember a time, right, when I was so shut down, I was so broken, I was so scared that I had to put up the walls because I did not have the tools or the skill set or the mindset to transform it. But then what did I do? I got that one friend, that one community, that one class, that one essential oil, that one business.
Yeah.
That began to kick it all open. So I believe they'll come when they're ready. And it's just interesting to begin to notice. And we just want to share like real stuff that's happening in the world, in our lives, that could be happening in yours. It could be you like doing that. And I'm also looking for myself. Where am I a no? Where am I to transformation in?
Yeah. Well, I have to tell you, I am loving this social media software that we're using.
Yes.
And if you have a business that you want to increase your engagement and activities, like reach out and we'll get you hooked up with that. It's amazing. And so my birthday offer is a free inner voice session on the AO scanner. And so, and again, like, it is so interesting who's responding and who's not.
Yes.
And I will tell you, I know it's working because my calendar is now full with these demos,
Yeah.
right? And I know we're both committed to providing value. You know what our software does for the birthday special is it creates 4 custom audios for you to start your year off the right way, so that you're, you know, and like it sends the right frequencies to you based on the sound of your voice, because your emotions are imprinted on our vocal cords, right? And so the sessions are so great, and people almost don't know how to receive. Like, the receiving is just as important as the promotion, right?
Yes.
So and one of the things I said to Shannon, do you think, you know, we don't really, we have the environment of, you know, that we know you're in the store, because like when we record our podcast, you can see our free water store in the background. My company is Own Your Life, and you know, you see the banner behind me. And I said, I don't know if everybody really knows what we do, and how we might be able to serve you in a different way. And so this week it was like, you know, all about like wealthy people like are comfortable promoting, like, and willingly promote themselves. And like it doesn't serve anyone to keep your light under a bushel, right?
Right.
And so I want to like give you an opportunity to tell people like all the things that you're working on, and if people are interested, in how to get a hold of you.
Absolutely. And I'll let you go first.
Oh, okay. So, you know, my company is Own Your Life. So I do a lot of different things that affect your life. My passion is helping people really own all parts of your life. So I have different things that fit different parts. So, you know, there's some mindset coaching under this. I'm a licensed PQ coach. It stands for positivity quotient. So it helps you respond with a positive rather than negative attitude. It's a 7-week program. I do that. I also, Shannon and I are both certified in NLP, neuro linguistic programming, which goes to the root of those emotional limiting beliefs, right? And we clean that out so that you're freer to do what you're here to do. That's important. I do work with this amazing quantum frequency software, and that I offer as a gift, and we both are using it, and it is amazing. Like, I'm learning even more. I've been using this for 3 years, and some of the miracles that I've seen, Shannon, just even recently, as we're like learning more expanded ways to use it, like physically and emotionally, with pain and all kinds of stuff. It's so cool. I work with, so part of your life is also financial. So I have a holistic financial services company that I work with. And the other piece of that is financially working with small business owners to increase the amount of leads that they have, so that they can optimize their time doing what they love versus just doing all the like rote things that business owners have to do. So if any of those things like your button up at all, you know, you can find me best, I would say, in the Soul Sister Adventures Facebook group, and send me a message through there. So that's what I do. I know I help people own their life, and what's happening in my own life, learning to become a bigger vessel to receive. There's some really cool things that are happening in my business that like it is only out of me raising my frequency to receive and be able to really hold a larger frequency of abundance. And you know, I talk about all the time, you hear me say everything's a brain pattern and a frequency.
Right.
And shifting that brain pattern and elevating the frequency, people might not even believe what has been going on. You know, right? For
I do, but yes.
Yeah. And it's like,
I'm like, of course you are. Of course she did. Of course that's happening.
yeah, some really cool things are happening. So if you want to get in my sandbox and play with me, I'd love to play with you.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll have to make room because I love your sandbox.
You got a special space just for you. It's reserved only for you.
Yeah. So I can just echo everything that Connie is doing. You know, I have you know, definitely benefited from the PQ course, really shifting from, you know, I'll call it the itty bitty shitty committee to the wise, you know, sage thought processes in a nanosecond. And it is all about creating new brain patterns, new beliefs, in personal and in business. Of course, I own the scanner, and I, you know, scan myself at least twice a day, if not more. Sending frequencies to my store, to my home, to my bank account, to my daughter if she dances. So, whatever you're up to, frequencies are it. And then of course, being master trainers at, for the NLP, that is a whole platform. Connie specifically does timeline modality that can rearrange the order of your life such that the future doesn't look like the past. Because unless we reframe it, reshape it, rewire it to serve your greatest, highest good, the future is going to look as, excuse the expression, but as shitty as the past was. So
yeah, and we're both
our products of our products, plain and simple. Yeah. So for me, I educate and equip and empower people to change their water, and it changes their lives. Now, I've been at this over 6 years. And we educate and equip this in like 6 different ways. So whether you want to build a business online, you just want to be a customer and have high vibe frequencies of living water in your body to, nourish and embody the goodness and actually begin to flush out, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Flush out the poo that's in your stew.
You need a shirt that says that.
Yeah, well, you can't have the light unless we clear out the poo. So
that's so true.
I always say, you're welcome, no extra charge for that.
That's right.
So, whether you're physically in St. Louis, you can walk in my store, but we have, I'm building a team online. I've got webinars. I have my free ebook. My commitment from day one was always to equip and empower women to live and create lives that they love. And this happens to be the sole vehicle that I choose to use to do that. And done it 6 different ways. And been wildly successful at all 6. I'm chose to do a store because even a larger platform for our community. I'm like waving my white flag of freedom is available, healing is available, high vibe is available. And I'm just, of course, a people person. So it's a fun way to attract and partner with, health professionals, chiropractors, nutritionalists, small gyms, not only to make a profound difference for them, but their clients as well. So there's
body workers, like anybody that works on anybody.
Massage, body, yes.
Yeah, because we're what, 70-80% water?
Right.
And our brain is even more?
Yes. And how impressionable is water, right? We talk about imprinting our cells are always listening. So
yeah,
cool stuff.
Yes, it is. So this is what I want to ask our listeners. At this point, you've heard 2 strong, powerful, passion-driven women promoting what we do, because we know it brings value. It brought value to us, which is why we then went out and took what we know and loved and made a difference for us and are now sharing that with other people. So you might be listening from like, who do they think they are? I used to like them, and now and we're at episode 20 something. Like we've been doing this
we're almost to 30.
Right. So we've been doing this for a hot minute. This is really the first time we've taken the time to really share more in depth what we're doing. And it was the well file for the week. And I'm like, this is perfect timing. So you might be like, and if you notice that, and that kind of leaves you in a not comfortable place, get curious for yourself. Is that also same belief holding you back? Because that's what we're here to do.
That's right.
We're here to shatter that. Like first bring awareness to it. And then let's go to work on that if it's not serving you. Because I assert that thought pattern, that brain pattern is not serving you.
And well, here's the really ugly part. Whatever we are thinking about someone else is actually a projection of what we actually feel for ourselves.
Yeah, it is, by the way.
I mean, that's really ugly. And if you get nothing else from today's episode and you get that, whatever I'm feeling about someone else and it doesn't feel very good, It is a projection. You're projecting like a movie onto them how you actually feel about yourself, your work, your value, the difference you can make, your capability, and none of that is true.
Right. Yeah. Now, you also might be listening from like, oh, I've gotten more excitement about what I also do myself.
Yes.
And now it's like, you know, we're normalizing women being empowered and sharing what is beautiful and works in their life.
And they're like sharing their value, right? Like,
right. You know, and you also
remember, you came here at this exact time for this exact purpose. Time to rise and shine.
Yeah, no accidents.
Yeah.
No, I don't believe in coincidences. I call them
God. There was a missing in the world, and you were needed.
Absolutely. That's why we do this. That's why we do this podcast and why we do the Facebook group.
We're preaching to each other.
Well, and to remind people, like, you're here for a reason. Like, the world needs you, right? One of our very first episodes is your roar is required. Step up, right?
And I do want to put in, right? Because I remember back when we were running a women's networking organization. Do you remember that, Connie? That was
Wise Women Connect.
That was a long time ago. And so one of the things that we preached in that group is it doesn't, and I'll just use real estate agents as an example because there happen to be a lot of them. It doesn't matter if there's 95 real estate agents in a room of, let's just say 200, okay? The reality is that you are going to resonate with just one or two in a way that will be distinct and profound from all the others.
That's right.
So, and that is the level of their light, their gifts, their talents that resonate and match with you. And you're like, oh, I want to work with you. Separate and distinct from, I'm just looking for a real estate agent. Does that make sense?
Totally.
Did that land?
Totally. Yeah. So, and then I think the third place is, so it's either like, you know, you have this negative attitude, right? Which, look at yourself. 2, you might have just been given permission really to like start shining.
Yeah.
And sharing.
You're welcome.
And the third thing is like, you might actually want to reach out to us and like get more information just out of curiosity, if nothing else. So yeah, please do that. So like I said, the best place to do that is in our Soul Sister Adventure group. And then we're going to look for a special post in there. I don't want to announce it yet, but look for a special post in there after we post this episode. And we'll see kind of where the community is.
Beautiful. Yeah. Yay! I love it. I love it. I love it. So I hope you found massive value in today, that you got permission beyond maybe anything you thought was possible for you to beginning to share your light, share your value in the world, and have the planet vibrate even higher because you are needed. So like it, tag it, post it, share it, and we will see you on the next episode. Get in the car.
Get in the car.
Get in the car.